Welcome all sports fans, YouTubers and Facebookers, all social media across the nation. Uneducated Network presents Uneducated Sports Talk, and I'm your host, Carlos Clayton. Today we have another jam-packed episode. We're going to talk a little basketball, then dive right into football. This is day number 2 of our 32 for 32. That's 32 NFL teams in 32 days. This is day number 2 with the San Francisco 49ers. But before we get into that, let's talk a little NBA. I want to talk about the resurgence of the Minnesota Timberwolves and how the owner, or whatever you want to call him. His name is Glenn Taylor for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He said out the bat, we're going to give Andrew Wiggins the contract extension up to $150 million, I believe, for 4 years. And he said, before we do that, I want to make sure he has his head on the swivel. And not saying that he's not a good kid, because he's a great kid. Not saying that he's a good player, because he's a great player. So far, every single year he's been in the league, he has upped his average. Right now, he's up to almost 24 points per game, shooting at almost 35% from the three. So you know that every single year he's going to get better. But he's letting him know this is no more time for playing games. The team that we've organized, that Tim Tebow has organized now, bringing in Jimmy Butler, bringing in Taj Gibson, bringing in Jamal Crawford, that kind of stuff. Then you have Carl Anthony Towns on your team as well. You got talent. And you're the glue. He's saying that you're the glue. But I need you to believe that you're the glue. I need you to have that Kobe Bryant mentality. I need you to have that work ethic to be the guy. Because when it's all said and done, yes, Andrew Wiggins might not be the guy when it comes down to people like us. We all believe it's going to be Jimmy Butler. But I believe somewhere in that huddle, Jimmy Butler is saying, hey, you are the man. Let's be honest. You're the man. I'm just here to help everyone get better. Because this Minnesota Timberwolves team is, believe it or not, they're going somewhere. From the accusations, not accusations, but from the people they acquired and the team that they built around Andrew Wiggins and Carl Anthony Towns. Now, this team is very scary and it can be something to be reckoned with. So Glenn Taylor is sat him down and wants to get in his head, hey, do you believe in your heart and your soul that you are the man? Because we're going to give you this money. Let's just be real. But I want to make sure your head is in the right spot. Like, we want you to get better every single year in every aspect of the game. Because they're putting money into him like he is a top talent. And believe it or not, Andrew Wiggins is a top talent. Andrew Wiggins is that damn good. And it's continuing to get better. I like the move because when you're in a small market like Minnesota and you finally get a taste of we're about to do something big because you haven't had that in a while. Well, Minnesota's getting that urge and that feeling like, oh, we got something boiling here. We got something brewing. We need to make sure that everyone is on the right mind, the right level. We know that Jimmy Butler's going to bring it every night. We know that. Carl Anthony Towns, he's a stud. He's going to be the next to get a max contract. But Andrew Wiggins is that guy that he is good. He's deserving of a max contract. But we have to make sure his head is where it needs to be at for us to be very successful. We're not trying to be an 8-7 seed. They're trying to be a top 4 team in the West. And Andrew Wiggins is that plug. He's the glue to what they have to do to be successful. So I like that Glenn Taylor came out there because you want to motivate him. Because this is, look, I'm glad he said that I'm glad he did not say, we're thinking about giving him 150. No, he said, we're going to give him the money. I'm going to give him the money. So I'm glad he said that. Now, Andrew Wiggins doesn't feel like I'm not good enough because he said, we're going to give you the money. I don't want to make sure we sit down and when we give you this money, this is what we're expecting out from you. So I really like that in Glenn Taylor, and I think it's a great idea. I think a lot more teams should. They might do it, and he came out publicly with it, but I think teams really don't do that. I think teams just give you the money and say, all right, please, be on your P's and Q's to help us out, man. No. He's saying we're giving you this max contract, and we want you to be the man. We want you to act like you're the man. Prepare like you're the man. Practice like you're the man. Don't go on summer vacations all the time and just lollygag. Right now, we need you to be focused on bringing in success, postseason success, maybe even NBA championship. You never know. So we all know that Andrew Wiggins is going to get paid his money. Glenn Taylor, who is the owner, has already expressed that he's going to do that. He just wants to know where the kid's head at, and I like that strategy. Minnesota Timberwolves are a team to be reckoned with. We will talk about that in our next episode of In the Paint with Red. So please be ready for that. It might come out this weekend, so we're going to talk about that because Big things are brewing in Minnesota, and I'm loving it. So we get on to football. Before we start our 32 for 32, let's talk about the Miami Dolphins. Now this kind of sickens me a little bit, just a little bit. We all know that Jay Cutler signed his 1 year, $10 million. First of all, that's a lot of freaking money for Jay Cutler. I understand that the head coach was your assistant coach back in the day in Chicago. You did well with him for those a few years, but man, $10 million. But here's the sickening part. If the rumors are true, they went out there and said that before Jay Cutler, when Jay Cutler kind of was wishy-washy, they went, out of all people, they went to Tim Tebow. Look. Yes, I would say nothing against Tim Tebow, but yes, everything against Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow is, to be honest, he's not good at all. There's a reason why he's not in the league. To go out as far as to get a Tim Tebow and not even talk about Colin Kaepernick shows you that he's being blackballed by the NFL. It just shows you that's very likely. And I mean, I'm more saying it's 100%, but now that should boost your mind. Like they went after Tim Tebow and didn't even approach Colin Kaepernick. Okay, now pump your brakes, man. So Tim Tebow is focused on being a New York Met or being in that training camp. And he's hitting like 5 home runs, hitting like 240 or something like that. He's focusing on his mind is not on football. So to go that far to get a guy who proved that he couldn't make it in the NFL and who's focused on baseball, to get him before you go after Colin Kaepernick, something's wrong there. Something just smells wrong. Something reeks. Colin Kaepernick, I know he will get a shot before it's all said and done. It might not be this year, but for sure next year. But just the way things are handed out, being played out, I could talk about this for years, man. I can, but it's obvious, and I hate the fact that it is obvious. So I hope that I hope that Jay Cutler finds his itch with Miami. He did say his wife talked him into going into it, because thank God, because we don't want to see you broadcasting. I know that, because that's like talking to a cardboard box. Jay Cutler, man, he has no emotion at all. I don't want to hear that on my television screen. Sorry. So Dolphins went for Tim Tebow. Obviously that failed. They probably weren't thinking that hard, but it's just rumors. I don't know how true it actually really is, but I really, really hope it's not true. And Colin Kaepernick, keep your head up, man. I like what you did, and I'm rooting for you every single day. I don't care what nobody says. I'm rooting for Colin Kaepernick because he deserves another chance. Not even another chance, because he didn't destroy his first chance. So I think he just deserves to be on the NFL squad. Period. I don't care what it is, man. So, are you guys ready? Speaking of Colin Kaepernick, we're going to talk about his former NFL team. This is day number 2 for the 32 for 32. That's 32 NFL teams in 32 days. We did the Cleveland Browns yesterday's episode. I said that they were going 3-13, something like that. It just wasn't looking good. They got a long road ahead. Unlike the Cleveland Browns, the San Francisco 49ers actually have a ceiling, and it's pretty good. There's light at the end of the tunnel. San Francisco 49ers, here we go. So, Kyle Shanahan, he was the former offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons. We all know what happened with them in the Super Bowl. So that was over. He got the heck out of Dodge. He left, but we all knew that was going to happen. He signed to be the new head coach for the San Francisco 49ers, and they had big things popping. They pretty much just like swipe it clean. Now I like that. When teams say, you know what, it's not going well, swipe it clean. We're done. We're done. So, new head coach, Kyle Shanahan, new general manager. You get John Lynch in. And what I said about the Browns, what I said about the 49ers, when you start over, you want to focus on defense. Focus on defense. Defense will get you there. Offense will come shortly. Defense wins games. Offense sells tickets. Right now, you just want to win some games. Now, you have NaVorro Bowman, you have Eric Reed. So you have 2 studs that's been there in the secondary. You have the linebacker, and you have them right there. Now, we all know that Malcolm Smith, another linebacker, he tore his pectoral muscle. So he's mostly or likely out for the whole entire season. So they are being prepared for that. That is a big blow to them. But outside of that, they're looking pretty decent. Quarterbacks, Brian Hoyer, or it could be CJ Beathard. I'm always saying his name wrong. I don't know, Beathard or Beathard or Bethart. I don't know what it is. But most likely Brian Hoyer will be the starting quarterback. And so far, so good. I've heard numerous good things about his training camp. They had 11 on 11 drills, and he looked good doing that, looked precise as well. So one thing, he's a veteran quarterback. He had a few stints with a few bad teams, and including this team. This team is still not good, let's be honest. There's a reason why they have the number 2 overall pick. But Brian Hoyer is a guy that's going to come in, he's going to work, he's going to always be there, he's going to listen, and he's going to lead. No matter what, he's going to lead. So that's good to have that. You don't need a starting quarterback, that franchise quarterback right now. You don't need it, because why have a franchise quarterback when everything else around you is not that good? It's just garbage. So I understand where they're coming from when they had the number 2 pick and we're playing the last day like they're going to get Mitch Trubisky. So I can see one of those phone lines during the draft saying, look, guys, team A, B, C, and D, we're thinking about getting Mitch Trubisky. What you got? Because if you don't take him, we're going to take him. And Chicago bit hard. Chicago had the number 3 pick. 49ers had the number 2 pick. Chicago trades up to get the number 2 pick to get Mitch Trubisky. They give a couple picks to the 49ers. So 49ers first overall pick in the first round. Their third overall pick was Solomon Thomas, the defensive tackle from Stanford, who is going to be a beast. I'll tell you that right now. He just does everything well. I like that. It's not a lot to say about him, but he just does everything well. So you have him, and then they use those picks that they got from Chicago to trade up. And go into the first round and get Reuben Foster, the 31st pick, which is a steal. Yes, he's had his troubles off the field, but my God, that's a steal at 31 when he was basically a top 10 pick. Yes, they stole it from my Saints because we were just getting ready to get him, man, and that hurts. But by all that being said, man, that's how it went down. So they got Reuben Foster. They got Solomon Thomas, the guy that they wanted in the first, but they wanted Solomon Thomas. Then you get Reuben Foster, so your defense is getting better. Now you have Eric Reed in the secondary. You have Reuben Foster in the linebacker field with Navarro Bowman, and then you have Solomon Thomas in your defensive tackle field. So you know that it's starting to look good for the 49ers. They have a process. They have a plan. Unlike the Cleveland Browns, that's how you know. Like Hugh Jackman and the Cleveland Browns, I think they're clueless right now. They're just winging it. I think the 49ers have a structure. They have a plan. And that's the difference between the two teams, our first two teams we talked about. In round 3 of the draft, they get the quarterback from Iowa, C.J. Beathard, and he's competing for the starting position. I would not be surprised if things do go bad within the first, let's say, 7-8 weeks. I think Hoyer keeps his job, but if things go bad, week 8, I can see CJ being in there to replace him. Say if they're like 1-7, 2-6 at the worst. 2-6 is still fine at that 8 point. I'm just saying, it's the 49ers, man, as of right now. And in round 4, they get the running back, Joe Williams from Utah, which is another good pick as well. Durable running back, someone who's tough, shifty. I like that. So I like their mindset. And you're hearing training camp is going well. The practices have been very physical, and they like that. But the good thing about it is they're physical, but no one's fighting. They all understand the mentality. We're all a brotherhood. We know there's going to be bumps and bruises. We're going to hit each other hard, but let's not fight, because yes, fighting is sometimes cool, but you got to understand that these are still your teammates. So I never really get to fight each other apart. I understand you've been fighting with the same person for 2 straight weeks in a row, and it's kind of getting old now. But hey, still your team. So I like that the 49ers are grinding, they're beating each other up, but they're picking each other up at the same time and saying, we're still a team. So this team is promising. And this team could be reckoned with in the next 2-3 years. Maybe even sooner than that. Maybe next year. Because they have a healthy amount of quarterbacks come out in next year's draft. So people are not trying to be that good right now. If you would ask me, I have the 49ers going 5-11. And that's being very generous. I can see the 4-12 mark. But that 5-11, and even at 4-12 is still a win. Because if you look around the roster, there's still not a lot of guys, especially on offense. They're going to struggle on offense. We know that. But there's not a lot of guys around them to help them win 7, 8, 9 games. It's not going to happen, in my opinion. I think that their offense needs a lot of help, but I understand the process, though. When you want to start a team over, you start with defense. Defense. First 2 picks in the draft. Defense. You got that. You still have an Eric Reed who's pretty freaking good. I mean, He was hitting heads 5 years ago, 4 years ago. Until now, and this team was just, the firing of Jim Harbaugh was crazy in my opinion. I did not like it at all. When you got a good thing rolling, I can care less how the head coach and the management's together as long as it's all about winning. The W. 49ers were winning. And they didn't like Jim Harbaugh's personality. Grown men were saying how they didn't like the way Jim Harbaugh coached. I'm sorry, he's coached out to win, right? So you fire him and all of a sudden things go crazy. Patrick Willis, he wants to retire. He retires early. The linebacker they had, I cannot remember his name. I should have looked him up, but he retired 2 years ago, saying that the concussion stuff going on. He didn't want no parts of that. So that team was looking pretty bad. And you have Crabtree leaving, have success in Oakland, and all of a sudden Kaepernick is battling out with whatever that guy name is, Blaine Gabbert. Excuse me. So Blaine Gabbert is starting quarterback now. So things aren't looking really good in San Francisco, but I'm glad they're finding a way to turn it around, but when you got a good thing going on, you got to keep it, right? I could care less. Jim Harbaugh had that team glued. He had them with a physical mindset, a preparedness that I've never seen before. The team just went to the Super Bowl in 2012, and they broke it up because of a head coach and because ownership, management did not like their head coach, and that is crazy. I thought it was all about winning, But we're not worried about that. I'm sorry. We're about this current team right now. This San Francisco 49ers team. I see them winning 5 games. I did not write down their schedule where they play, but just knowing that being in the NFC West, you're going to have your chances. There's 2 games against St. Louis, and there's 2 games against Arizona. Never know how Arizona's going to be. So right there, off that bat, that could be 4 easy wins right there. I don't really know, but they have a great chance of doing something special in a couple years. Right now, I say you focus on defense. That is what they're doing. I like that mindset. And then next, you go ahead and focus on, your offense. And then defense is going to win you games. Offense is going to sell tickets. That's how it always is, man. So, like, subscribe, comment. How do you feel about the San Francisco 49ers? Do you think that they have a bright future? Can you see them looking good in the next 2 years? Let me know how you feel, man. My name is Carlos Clayton. Check me out on Facebook. Check me out on Twitter as well, at Carlos Clayton _. I repeat, at Carlos Clayton _. Tomorrow we will talk about the Chicago Bears. That is our third day of the 32 for 32. We'll talk about Chicago Bears and how they are. We know that they did that crazy trade to get Mitch Trubisky, and we'll see how that works out. I'll let you guys know my opinions and my thoughts on Chi-Town Bears as well, man. And like I said, be ready in September somewhere. I'll give my top 30 NBA players. If you want to hear top 30 NBA players from In the Paint with Red, check out In the Paint with Red on Uneducated Network. It's on there. He gave his top 30 through 26. So be tuned for that, to watch that. And in his next episode, he'll give 25 through 21. And also, be ready, because in about a week, we will have our round table talk about Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor fight. Man, it's going to be awesome. We got everything going on. It's going to look good. It's going to be fabulous. I cannot wait for that to come out. Please be tuned for that. I will let you guys know when it'll be uploaded, so you guys can stay tuned for that. Please like and subscribe to Uneducated Network as well. You can see my show, everybody else's show. It's going to be wonderful. We got football, basketball, baseball. We got Star Wars. We have Hero Talk. We got karaoke going on. We got all that good stuff. Be on the tune. We'll have gaming coming out soon from Gaming Uneducated. We'll also have our motivational speaks from Darius Clayton, and we also have Vision Life from Phyllis Clayton. It's a Bible study series as well. So we got all that good stuff going on, man. It's Uneducated Network. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to Uneducated Network, and subscribe to Uneducated Sports Talk, man. So Uneducated Network presents Uneducated Sports Talk. I am your host, Carlos Clayton, and as always, sports fans, stay smart, stay uneducated. Peace.